How an INFJ Sigma male is dangerously intelligent. In the bustling city of Seattle, amidst the skyscrapers and the ever-present drizzle, lived an enigmatic figure named Alex Mercer. Alex was an INFJ Sigma male, a rare combination of introspection, independence, and keen intuition. His dangerously intelligent mind was both a gift and a curse, navigating him through life in ways most people could hardly comprehend. Alex had always been different. From a young age, he preferred the company of books over people, finding solace in the worlds created by words rather than the chaos of human interaction. His parents, both academics, nurtured his voracious appetite for knowledge, but they could never quite penetrate the veil of mystery that surrounded their son. By the time he reached his 20s, Alex had developed a reputation for being a prodigious mind. He graduated from college with honors, majoring in both psychology and computer science, fields that allowed him to explore the depths of the human mind and the infinite possibilities of technology. Despite his accomplishments, Alex remained a solitary figure, navigating life with the calculated precision of a chess grandmaster. One rainy evening, as Alex sipped his coffee in a dimly lit cafe, he overheard a conversation that piqued his interest. Two men at the next table were discussing a high-profile case involving a string of unsolved cybercrimes that had left the city's tech firms reeling. The crimes were sophisticated, the work of a mind that understood not just technology, but human behavior, someone who could anticipate every move the authorities made. Intrigued, Alex decided to dig deeper. Using his skills, he hacked into the police database to gather information about the case. As he perused the files, patterns began to emerge, patterns that only someone with his unique combination of traits could see. The criminal behind the cybercrimes was not just a hacker. He was a master manipulator, exploiting the psychological vulnerabilities of his targets. Days turned into nights as Alex delved into the case, his mind working tirelessly to piece together the puzzle. He identified potential leads the police had overlooked, using his understanding of human nature to predict the criminal's next moves. His apartment became a war room, walls plastered with notes, diagrams, and connections only he could decipher. As Alex got closer to uncovering the identity of the cybercriminal, he realized the danger he was putting himself in. This wasn't just a game of wits. It was a high-stakes battle against an adversary who would stop at nothing to remain in the shadows. But Alex's INFJ traits, his deep sense of purpose and desire to protect others, drove him forward undeterred by the risks. One night, as he worked on decrypting a particularly complex code, Alex received an anonymous message. "I know what you're doing. Stop, or you'll regret it." The threat was clear, but Alex was undaunted. He had come too far to turn back now. Determined to bring the criminal to justice, Alex used his understanding of psychology to set a trap. He created a fake persona online, someone who appeared vulnerable and desperate, an easy target. It wasn't long before the cybercriminal took the bait, attempting to exploit Alex's fabricated weaknesses. As the trap closed, Alex traced the criminal's digital footprint back to a remote server in an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of the city. He knew he couldn't go to the police. They wouldn't believe a lone hacker could do what an entire task force had failed to achieve. So, armed with nothing but his laptop and his wits, Alex set out to confront the mastermind himself. The warehouse was dark and eerie, the air thick with the smell of decay. Alex's heart pounded as he navigated the labyrinthine corridors, following the faint glow of computer screens. Finally, he reached the room where his adversary was holed up. To his surprise, the mastermind was a young woman, no older than he was. Her eyes widened in shock as Alex entered the room, but she quickly regained her composure. "I underestimated you," she said, her voice cold and calculating. "But it doesn't matter. You won't leave here alive." What followed was a tense standoff, a battle of minds and wills. The woman, whose name was Erica, was a fellow Sigma, a loner who had turned her intelligence toward darker pursuits. She had started her criminal career out of a desire for revenge against a society that had marginalized her. But what had begun as a quest for justice had spiraled into a dangerous game of power and control. Alex and Erica exchanged words, their conversation a dance of intellect and strategy. He appealed to her INFJ side, the part of her that still yearned for something more than chaos and destruction. He spoke of the potential for redemption, the chance to use her skills for good rather than harm. For a moment, it seemed Alex might succeed in breaking through Erica's hardened exterior, but the years of bitterness and isolation had left deep scars, and she couldn't let go of her need for vengeance. Realizing he couldn't sway her, Alex changed tactics, using his knowledge of her psychological profile to predict her next move. When Erica made a desperate lunge for a concealed weapon, Alex was ready. He dodged her attack and managed to disable her, using a combination of physical agility and mental acuity. As she lay on the ground, defeated, Alex felt a pang of empathy. He saw in her a reflection of himself, a dangerous intelligence twisted by loneliness and pain. The authorities arrived soon after, alerted by a tip Alex had anonymously sent before confronting Erica. She was taken into custody and the full extent of her crimes was revealed. Alex, true to his nature, faded back into the shadows, his role in solving the case known only to a select few. Life returned to its usual rhythm, but Alex was forever changed by the experience. He had confronted not just a dangerous criminal, but the darker aspects of his own nature. His intelligence, while a powerful tool, was also a double-edged sword, capable of great good but also great harm. As he sat in his favorite cafe, sipping coffee and watching the world go by, Alex pondered the path he had chosen. He understood now that his INFJ Sigma traits made him uniquely suited to walk the line between light and dark, to navigate the complexities of human nature with a dangerous intelligence. It was a heavy burden, but one he was willing to bear, knowing that his mind, with all its strengths and flaws, could make a difference in a world that desperately needed it. And so, Alex Mercer continued his solitary journey, a shadow among shadows, using his dangerously intelligent mind to unravel the mysteries of the human psyche and protect those who couldn't protect themselves. In the end, it was his keen intuition, deep empathy, and unwavering independence that defined him, not just as an INFJ Sigma male, but as a force for good in a world teetering on the edge of chaos. Alex sat in the cafe, the soft hum of conversations around him blending with the ambient music. He stared at his laptop screen, the glow illuminating his face in the dim light. His thoughts drifted back to Erica, now behind bars, and the twisted path that had led her to become a master manipulator. It was a cautionary tale, a reminder of how easily intelligence could be corrupted by anger and pain. He wondered if things could have been different for Erica if she had someone to guide her, to help channel her intelligence into something positive. Alex knew he couldn't save everyone, but the experience had strengthened his resolve to use his abilities for good. He closed his laptop and took a deep breath, feeling a sense of calm wash over him. Suddenly his phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number flashed on the screen. "You may have caught Erica, but you'll never catch me." Alex's heart raced as he read the message. A new challenge, a new adversary. He felt the familiar thrill of the hunt, the intellectual stimulation that came with solving complex puzzles. He quickly tapped into his network of resources, tracing the message to a location halfway across the world. This new criminal was more sophisticated, more elusive than Erica, but Alex was undeterred. He knew that his unique combination of INFJ intuition and Sigma independence made him the perfect person to tackle such a formidable opponent. As he prepared for his next adventure, Alex couldn't help but smile. He was ready to face whatever came his way, knowing that his dangerously intelligent mind was both his greatest asset and his greatest weapon. The world was full of shadows, but Alex Mercer was more than capable of navigating through the darkness, one step ahead of those who sought to do harm. In the end, it was his keen intuition, deep empathy, and unwavering independence that defined him, not just as an INFJ Sigma male, but as a force for good in a world teetering on the edge of chaos. And so Alex Mercer continued his solitary journey, a shadow among shadows, using his dangerously intelligent mind to unravel the mysteries of the human psyche and protect those who couldn't protect themselves. The cafe's door chimed as Alex stepped out into the night, the rain softly pattering on the pavement. He pulled up his hood and walked into the city, his mind already piecing together the clues of his next case. The world was a complex and dangerous place, but Alex Mercer was more than equipped to face it head-on, his dangerously intelligent mind ready for whatever lay ahead.